Welcome to the City of Rye's Arbor Day Community Tree Planting Ceremony. My name is Tracy Starr, and I'm the chair of the Rye Conservation Commission Advisory Council. I'm here with Hillary Garland, the chair of the Rye Sustainability Committee. We are gathered here today to celebrate Rye's 23rd year as a Tree City USA community, a testament to our ongoing commitment to preserving and enhancing our urban forest. I'd like to acknowledge and thank many individuals who support this important initiative. Mayor Josh Cohn, City Council Member J.D. Jensen, City Manager Brian Shea, City Engineer Ryan Coyne, and City Tree Foreman Bill Weeks, and Dominic. A special thanks as well to the Department of Public Works staff who brought this beautiful northern red oak tree to be planted here today. In a few moments, we'll take part in the planting and help spread soil, compost, mulch, and water to give this tree a strong start.
This northern red oak represents more than a single tree. It symbolizes the collective efforts of our community to enhance tree diversity and environmental stewardship in Rye. We're very grateful to the many individuals and organizations who contribute to this work, including the DPW staff for planting and caring for our city's street trees, the Rye Nature Center for restoring the banks of Blind Brook with native trees, Lucy Burkhoff for leading the planting of native trees on our school properties, and the Marshland Conservancy for their ongoing understory rehabilitation efforts. And lastly, for the Rye Sustainability Committee and Foundation for championing the Native Tree and Plant Initiative along Playland Parkway. I'd also like to recognize the Garden Clubs of Rye for their successful efforts in helping to designate April 2025 as Native Plant Month in the state of New York. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Mayor Josh Cohn. Thank you all for being here and for your continued support of our community's green future.
Thank you, Tracy and Hillary and CCAC and Sustainability. Being a tree city is not something that comes automatically, and I'm very proud to be part of a now 8-year-old city council cohort that brought Tree City status back to Rye. Tree City status shows our commitment to restoring and maintaining our tree canopy. And certainly when I was looking for community in which to raise a family and came to Rye and saw the beautiful trees here, it was an easy sale. We are, I think, well recognized for our trees, and I think we all enjoy our trees on a daily basis. It's also been my pleasure, again, as part of a willing city council, to pass a revised Rye tree law, which is a little bit more protective of our trees while I still hope recognizing people's property rights. So, trees, in order to maintain Tree City status, the city has to plant at least one tree a year. And so for the past 8 years that I've been mayor, I've been privileged to take part in annual tree plantings. And those plantings have been all over Rye. But I just point out today we're very close to it. An early one was the planting of the serviceberry trees by the old cemetery along Milton Road. And Ryan Coy is here. Ryan, kudos to you for picking serviceberries. When Ryan said it'll be serviceberries, everybody said, what? But they are now those beautiful bushes turning into saplings that we all get to enjoy along Milton Road. But beside the annual tree plantings, Rye should get credit as a city for avid tree planting. Now, our tree care responsibilities also include caring for diseased trees, pruning where needed, and then taking down trees that have aged out or become dangerous. But in 2024, for example, we planted approximately 100 more trees than we took down. And 2025 will really be a bumper year because we've planted 125 trees at least over at Nursery Field, and there are more trees being planted elsewhere in the city. One of the really nice things that the city does, at least for people with front yards wanting trees, is we have a program where the city will essentially donate and plant a tree to be planted in the city right-of-way, again, in front of a willing front yard. So if you happen to possess a willing front yard, please get in touch with interim city manager Brian Shea, and he can help you find your way to a tree planting. So with respect to this tree and the other plantings I mentioned, many thanks to Ryan Coyne and to Dominic and the others from DPW who make this all possible. And thanks again to Tracy and CCAC and to Hillary and Sustainability. And thank you all for coming and in enjoying this tree planting. If Ella Fro would, there's an allied project. It's called the Mayor's Monarch Pledge. Ella, if you describe the pledge and what's going to happen on Saturday, that would be terrific.
Yes, so the Mayor's Monarch Pledge is what me and Mayor Cohn have been working on together. And it basically is a pledge by the National Wildlife Federation that goes into detail of picking at least 3 tasks that a community can do. And we do these tasks to help spread awareness for the conservation of the migratory monarch butterfly. For example, one of these tasks that we'll be doing in 2025 is maintaining a pollinator garden at the Rye Nature Center. So we'll be having tons of native plants and bringing a lot of volunteers and people to get together to kind of support all pollinators, especially monarchs. So thank you for making that happen.
Thank you very much. You made it happen. Okay, Jamie, would you like to say a word or word?
I think you covered it beautifully, Mayor Cohn. I want to acknowledge that Paul Hicks is leaving and departing, but he is one of our local historians who has done a fabulous job finding those trees that are 150, 200, and 250 years old. And I think we're going to have an active movement to get people to sign up and find out if they have one of these wonderful old trees on their property. So pay attention. I wanted to publicly thank Paul. And I just want to say, and I'm repeating what the mayor said, but it is really about volunteers in this community. And the reason why we have a greenway, why we have such a beautiful tree canopy, why people can feel cool in the summertime, and why we're taking care of our environment is because people really, really love this town. It's just why we all live here. So thank you, Mayor, for making sure this happened with Tracy today. Tracy, thank you so much. And Hillary.
Thank you, Jamie. And thank you, Jamie, for pointing out Paul Hicks' initiative. So this is called the Revolutionary Rye 250, and it'll be the 250th anniversary of the Revolution. There's a tree preservation effort, and there are nomination forms, and you can see information at contact pdefx@gmail.com. And if you've got a great big old tree, please get in the game. Now we go to Riot.
All right.
If you would.
Well, thank you for having us. We as the department like to think that we reflect the values of the community, and in doing so, like to plant numerous trees. We've been up over 150 a year for the last few years. Hopefully you can get above 200 going forward. So native first, and let's get them in the ground.
I wrote this poem called Nature's Being. Rule all the streams that flow through extremes, shining a refracting light that gleams. Nurture pure and limitless hope. Nature seeps down a declining slope, sitting still as ashen rope, futility in automatic endeavor. Though living and breathing will cease movement forever. Being may seem to be clever, so be the being to pull the lever, and future forever won't dumb down to never.
I'd also like to acknowledge Ava Perota, who is here today. She is our present junior commissioner for the CCAC. And now I think we can all participate in some digging. So I'd like to get Bill. Is Bill still here? Give us some direction.
All right. First off, these usually come from the nurseries. They're called ball and burlap. So they'll have a burlap bag around it, and it'll be in a wire cage. You want to dig your hole twice the diameter of your root ball, and loosen up all the soil. Remove as much of that burlap and, of course, the wire to give those roots a chance to reach out into the original soil around it. You mend the soil, mix it up with some compost. We use a roots fertilizer, kind of helps it along its way, and throw in that mixed soil, compact it, and plenty of water. New trees like this, you really want to soak them down good, because the root ball itself is dry, and in most cases the soil around that tree is going to be dry. So you want to make it soggy. Once you get that in, pack it down. It also, the water also aids in taking up any air gaps. Just like planting flowers, you don't want a whole lot of air in that soil. As much as you tamp it down with your feet or shovels, what have you, the water helps to compact that soil and gives the tree roots a good start. And then you just backfill it. You don't want to bury it too deep. You don't want to raise the root ball too high. Pretty much this is uneven ground, but pretty much with grade as it came from the nursery. Once that's done, it's always good to put some wood chips or some mulch around the base of the tree. Helps with moisture and prevents a lot of compaction for foot traffic, pedestrian traffic, what have you. Do not want to put, call them tree volcanoes. You see a lot of landscapers tend to build up a mogul, if you will, around the base of the tree. Do not want that. You'll destroy this portion of the tree. It'll rot out and you'll lose the tree. So just best course of action you can take is, if you want, maybe a tree ring around that with some soil, and it'll help collect rainwater.